The BBC's race obsession is very suspicious and highly offensive. They're creating racism where none exists by convincing an entire group of people that they're the victims of the white man. Every day they're making videos and articles about how racist Britain is.
Institutional racism, it is so ingrained in the fabric of British society. The uncomfortable truth is that the white race is the most violent and oppressive force of nature on earth.
A nation that will not deal with the realities of its racism.
So let's get some perspective on this. These are the findings of 3 separate surveys in race relations. One of them by an economic and trading group who compiled a ranking of the 25 most racist countries. One survey asked questions like, would you like having people of other races as neighbours? The other asking whether respondents had seen or experienced racism. The findings cover the responses of over 85,000 people from 61 countries. These were the results of the findings. Britain and America didn't even make it into the top 25 most racist countries. Here's another one. The World Value Survey, which is a global network of scientists and researchers based in Sweden, who study changing values and their impact on social and political life. The researchers asked people in more than 80 countries what kind of person they'd want as neighbours. Those who responded that they wouldn't want people of a different race as neighbours were deemed racially intolerant. These are the results. The bluer the country, the more tolerant they are. We live in the most tolerant countries in the world. And there's no BBC campaign to end racism in all the other countries. That's weird, innit? So what must black people think when they see this race-baiting crap coming from the BBC? They think that they're the victims of institutional racism. Some ambiguous term with no specific examples. It's nothing more than ghost hunting. They think it's pointless trying to make something of myself because the white man is holding me down. Absolute twaddle. There's never been so much opportunity in history to get an education, to find a career and to grasp at life with both hands. Black people should be seething by this. The BBC is a propaganda arm of the socialist elite, who don't seem to want people thinking big and reaching for the stars. They need people unskilled and dependent on the tit of social programmes. There's no other place on earth that if you're a minority, that you'd be safer and better off than a Western democracy like England. The most tolerant society to ever exist. The very people that created this amazing society, some of them dedicated themselves to ending slavery worldwide and were slaughtered in the process and get absolutely no credit for it. Millions marched for 1,000 years through rivers of blood for us to get to a position where liberty was the purpose of the state, and you throw it all back in their faces, BBC, you ungrateful bucket of maggot sick. I hate you with an absolute passion. And I hope, I pray to Jesus Christ that one day I see your downfall.